To use the Prompter Pal, first, attach your tripod plate from your tripod to the included tripod adapter plate that is typically mounted to the bottom of your teleprompter. Just like your camera, you will need a flathead screwdriver. Line up the 1/4 male screw from your tripod plate to the female input. If you have a 3/8 mount, remove the bushing first. Using your flathead screwdriver, securely fasten it to the base of the Prompter Pal. Then simply slide your tripod plate into your tripod, just like you would with your camera. After you have it positioned properly, lock off your tripod to ensure the Prompter Pal is securely held in place. Grab the included back sled. It may be in the soft bag or packaging if you have purchased a sled base model or plus sled kit. Line up the 2 positioning points at the front of the back sled to the Prompter Pal, and using your flathead screwdriver or the included thumb screw, securely fasten the back sled. Loosen the levers on each side of the Prompter Pal and bring the hood up to a 45-degree angle. To ensure the hood is properly set at a 45-degree angle, the 2 metal guides will be seated into the drop of the channel, which will prevent the hood from moving. Lock both sides by turning the levers opposite the way you turn them to unlock the hood. Grab your camera and mount it to the plus block that is attached to the back sled. You may need to use both plus blocks, stacking them together, sliding them forward or back, depending on the size of your camera and lens. Once you have your camera centered in the beam splitter glass or at your desired height, slide it forward and pull the fabric shroud around your lens. Use the drawstring to tighten the fabric shroud around your lens to prevent light leak, which will give your talent the clearest image or text. If your hood is sagging, you can use the included plastic stint to hold it over the lens. Newer Prompter Pal models have a more rigid fabric shroud that holds the hood up. If you still have any sag, you can use the longer stint or C47s, commonly known as black clothespins, to keep your hood out of your shot. For larger cameras like EnG or Cinema cameras, you will want to use the smaller plus block that is included with your Prompter Pal. If you have a very large camera, you can use no plus blocks and mount it directly to the back sled. The Prompter Pal is better suited for smaller mirrorless cameras. The Prompter Pal Pro and other Prompter People Flex Plus and ProLine Plus models are better suited for larger cameras. To keep the camera securely mounted, you can use both mounting screws, and just like with the setup of a smaller mirrorless or a DSLR camera, push the camera forward once it's positioned to the correct height, and pull the fabric shroud around your lens and position the stint over the lens. Pull the drawstring around your lens so that no light leak affects your prompting image. If you are prompting with a tablet, you can remove the monitor from the front sled by using the Allen key included in any upgrade kit. Using the Allen key, unscrew the safety catch screw. Place it to the side because you will want to add this back to the prompter's front sled. Loosen the bottom VESA mount screw on the monitor and slide it off of the front sled. Place the monitor to the side and grab both of your tab grabber lights. Position both of the tab grabber lights onto the front sled. Using the screw and washers, secure the front and back tab grabber lights onto the front sled. You can position the tab grabber lights to prompt with your tablet or iPad in either portrait or landscape, depending on the size of the tablet and size of the Prompter Pal you have. For example, an 8-inch or smaller tablet like the iPad mini will prompt in both portrait and landscape on both the 10-inch and 12-inch version of the Prompter Pal base model. This is the proper setup for prompting in a portrait layout with your 8-inch iPad or tablet. But to prompt in landscape, all you will need to do is adjust the positioning of the tab grabber lights. Then slide your tablet in and tighten the tab grabber lights. Make sure that your lens is centered to the tablet so that when you have your cue marker visible with the prompting software you are using, the talent will be looking directly into the lens while reading the script. We recommend upgrading to the Prompter Pal Pro model for larger 13-inch Pro model tablets, as you will be able to prompt with your tablet still in its protective case. If you prefer to use the base Prompter Pal with a larger tablet like the iPad Pro or Surface Pro, you will need to remove your tablet from the case. Position the tab grabber lights as wide as the opening will go on Prompter Pal's front sled, tighten them down, and slide your tablet in from the side. To swap from prompting with a tablet to prompting with a monitor on the 12-inch Prompter Pal base model, you will first need to remove the safety catch screw on the front sled with the included Allen key in your monitor's upgrade kit. Place the safety catch screw aside after removing it, as you will need to add this back onto the front sled after the monitor is mounted. Loosen the thumb screw on the bottom of the monitor's Visa plate. Slide the 12-inch monitor onto the front sled. Tighten the thumb screw on the bottom Visa plate and replace the safety catch screw with the Allen key. If you are using 15mm rails with a caged camera system, you can utilize the modular features of the Prompter Pal by removing the back sled and attaching the 15mm plus block in its place. You will line up the two front mounting pins and tighten down the 15mm plus block, just like you would the back sled, using a flathead screwdriver or the included thumb screw. Once your 15mm plus block is securely mounted, you will loosen the side levers, and this will allow you to slide your 15mm rails into the 15mm plus block. Depending on your cage, you may need to use the included 1½ inch or 3-inch plus block to raise the camera up to the proper height so that the lens is centered to the beam splitter glass. Once you have your caged camera properly mounted, tighten the levers on the side of the 15mm plus block so that your camera is securely mounted. Pull the fabric shroud around your lens and tighten down the drawstring around your lens so that you get no light leak. To set up the freestanding model or kit upgrade on the Prompter Pal, you will only need the front sled. You will want to flip the Visa plate on the monitor around so that the notch is facing towards the back of the prompter. This will allow more room for the tripod adapter plate on the front sled to balance the prompter properly when mounting it to its own separate stand. Once you have positioned the tripod adapter plate properly, you will lock it into place with a flathead screwdriver. You can remove the bushing on the tripod adapter plate if you are using a 3/8 inch rapid adapter, or if you are using a 1/4-20 rapid adapter, you can leave the bushing in place. Once your tripod adapter plate is ready, just screw in the included rapid adapter from your freestanding base model or kit upgrade. Then all you will need to do is place the Prompter Pal onto its own separate stand. Loosen the levers on each side of the prompter pal and bring the hood up to a 45-degree angle. To ensure the hood is properly set at a 45-degree angle, the two metal guides will be seated into the drop of the channel, which will prevent the hood from moving. Lock both sides by turning the levers opposite the way you turn them to unlock the hood. Mount your camera onto your tripod like you would normally do. Position it behind the prompter pal. You can adjust the height of the stand to be centered with the lens. We recommend first composing your shot without the prompter, and then adding the prompter and using the stand to position the prompter properly for your talent. Once you have your camera centered in the beam splitter glass or at your desired height, pull the fabric shroud around your lens. Use the drawstring to tighten the fabric shroud around your lens to prevent light leak, which will give your talent the clearest image or text. To set up the Smartphone Plus kit, first remove the short plastic stint that is Velcroed inside of the fabric shroud. Place it to the side or back in the Prompter Pal's soft bag so you do not lose it. Grab the longer plastic stint and place it into the hood using the hook and loop Velcro to securely hold it in place. To attach the Smartphone Plus kit, first remove the back sled mount from the smartphone sled. Then screw the mount onto the back sled. Once it has been screwed on securely, you can grab the rest of the Smartphone Plus kit back sled and attach it to the Prompter Pal. After the smartphone back sled is installed, grab your smartphone and the included smartphone holder. Unscrew the smartphone holder to the proper size so that your phone can be held securely by it. Once you have placed your phone into the holder, add it to the Smartphone Plus kit back sled. Then add the clip-on lens hood over the desired lens you would like to film with. We recommend using third-party apps like the Blackmagic Designs camera app to control which lens you are using. With the smartphone mounted and the lens hood clip attached, pull the fabric shroud over the clip-on lens hood, rest the long plastic stint on the lens clip and tighten the shroud around it. You may need to adjust the lens and positioning of your smartphone if you are seeing any frame. You can use your phone's zoom feature or move the smartphone in closer, or both to get your desired framing on your talent.